1995. The United States military uncovers a rumour of a WMD being designed in a private military nation in Africa, known as Outer Heaven. The US Army unit Foxhound is chosen to investigate. Modelled after the CIA Cold War era Fox unit, Foxhound specialises in solo operative stealth missions. All of its members are trained and commanded by Fox's own most decorated agent, Big Boss. To investigate Outer Heaven, Foxhound prepares Operation Intrude N312 and assigns it to their most talented soldier, codenamed Grey Fox. Objective: establish the existence and nature of a WMD being constructed within Outer Heaven, and if it poses a threat to the United States, destroy it. During his mission, Grey Fox successfully encounters and confirms the existence of an experimental weapon system within Outer Heaven. However, underestimating Outer Heaven security, Grey Fox was captured, only able to relay the name of the weapon, Metal Gear. Foxhound's newest member was selected by Big Boss himself after an impressive career with the Green Berets in Iraq. Codenamed Solid Snake, he is assigned Operation Intrude N313 less than 1 week after the failure of Intrude N312. Solid Snake's objective is to rescue Grey Fox from Outer Heaven. If this objective cannot be achieved, or Grey Fox is not in suitable condition, Snake is to find and destroy Metal Gear in his stead. Snake gains access to Outer Heaven via an underground water channel on its southern edge. The mission requires him to arrive without any equipment, save, of course, for a pack of cigs. With this limited arsenal, Snake will need to rely on stealth to avoid Outer Heaven personnel, stealing rations and binoculars from abandoned supply trucks, and left behind keycards to gain access deeper into the base. Whilst keycards found across the base dictate which buildings and rooms Snake can access, they aren't the only equipment he'll need to survive in Outer Heaven. The base is heavily fortified using a variety of deadly traps. Fortunately for Snake, private military nations have no shortage of enemies. Outer Heaven has its own local resistance group, who volunteer their help with the mission. Snake's short burst radio is probably one of his most iconic pieces of gear. Besides using it to contact Big Boss, Snake can get in touch with several members of the Outer Heaven Resistance. Its leader, Kyle Schneider, will warn Snake about upcoming traps and the location of useful equipment needed to make it through them. Diane can reveal various weaknesses of Outer Heaven's elite members, assuming she actually picks up, and Jennifer provides Snake with top-of-the-line gear, but she only works with the best of the best. To prove himself, throughout the game, Snake will need to find a way into various optional prison cells containing prisoners of war captured by Outer Heaven. Besides giving him vital tips on how to best navigate the fortress, rescuing enough of these POWs will improve Snake's rank, allowing him to carry more munitions and resist more damage. Just as Snake's getting into the swing of things, punching guards, dodging rolling barrels, and blowing up breaker boxes with remote-controlled missiles, he's captured in an ambush and taken to the basement of Outer Heaven, stripped of all his gear. Fortunately, Big Boss gives Snake the tip that some of the prison cell walls are very old. Sure enough, by knocking on the walls, Snake identifies a crumbling section and manages to break into the next door cell. Here, he makes contact with Grey Fox, who reports to Snake all that he's learned. Fox reveals that Metal Gear is a next-generation weapon system, a nuclear-capable bipedal tank, capable of discreetly deploying and launching a stealth nuclear strike anywhere, anytime. To find a way to destroy it, Snake will need to find and rescue Metal Gear's engineer, Dr. Drago Petrovich Madnar. He's being forced to work on the prototype, but Fox fears the weapon is almost complete. Escaping the cell, Snake runs into the head prison guard, Shotmaker. He's much faster than Snake and wields a semi-automatic shotgun. Getting close to him is a death sentence. But while evading fire, Snake breaks into a nearby room and retrieves his equipment, along with a set of RC missiles that he uses to eliminate Shotmaker, allowing him to escape the prison. Returning to earlier floors, Snake can now use his high-tier keycards to access better equipment like the suppressor, the submachine gun, the grenade launcher. But he comes into contact with another elite member of the Outer Heaven mercenaries. Machine Gun Kid. Like his name suggests, he wields a fast and devastating light machine gun that can cut Snake down in seconds. But, once again using the RC missile, Snake's able to take him down from a safe distance and take his prize, the parachute. A prisoner here tells Snake that Dr. Madnar's cell is located within the courtyard at the centre of the building. The only way for Snake to reach it will be to parachute down from the roof. Following the advice, Snake takes the elevator to the roof of the south building, where he has to contend with guards using jetpacks. They'll be able to see him over cover, making stealth nearly impossible. Just barely managing to outrun them, Snake finds himself on the helipad. Here, Snake has to contend with a Russian Hind D gunship. All while avoiding its machine gun fire, he'll need to use his grenade launcher to take it down, granting him access to the balcony that overlooks the courtyard. He straps on the parachute and jumps. In the courtyard, Snake has to defend himself from fast-moving guard dogs, but when he breaks into Madnar's cell, another prisoner greets him. He tells Snake that the Doctor was moved to the north building to be closer to the Metal Gear project. So, stocking up on ammo, collecting a keycard to access the north building, and some body armour to protect him from enemy fire, Snake heads out into the minefield that leads north. As if mines weren't enough, the north building is also guarded by a large battle tank, which Snake has to defeat by planting mines near its treads, carefully avoiding ending up crushed beneath them. Destroying this tank, Snake arrives at the north building. Its entrance is heavily guarded, but Big Boss gives him the hint to disguise himself with an enemy uniform, allowing him to enter safely. Inside the north building, Snake can use the water channels to sneak past the guards. He'll eventually run into an armoured bulldozer, another tank battle. This time, Snake needs to use his grenade launcher to throw explosives over the bulldozer's armoured plough, taking it out just before it crushes him. Traversing the north building, Snake will eventually find Madnar's cell at the centre of the basement level, which has been filled with nerve gas. As Snake attempts to free the Doctor, he reveals himself to be a decoy, opening up a pitfall trap beneath him. Diving back onto solid ground and catching his breath, Snake has nowhere else to search but to head deeper into the basement. Here, he encounters another elite mercenary, Fire Trooper, whose flamethrower can sweep through whole rooms. Dodging under the flames, Snake can get up close and personal with Fire Trooper, and taking him down grants access to the top floor. Here, Snake is finally contacted by Jennifer, who prepares for him a powerful rocket launcher, the only weapon powerful enough to take down the cybernetically enhanced Arnold brothers, who hold the key to Madnar's cell. Retrieving it from a hidden room and turning it against the cyborgs, Snake can finally reach the Doctor. Despite being rescued, Madnar refuses to tell Snake the secret to destroying Metal Gear. Outer Heaven's commander is holding the Doctor's daughter, Ellen, hostage in order to ensure that he will complete Metal Gear. To rescue Ellen, Snake has to make his way all the way back to the south building basement, where he can rescue her and then take a secret tunnel back to the north building. Of course, the tunnel is filled with pitfalls and it would probably be faster just to walk back the normal way. Finally, Madnar gives Snake the secret to destroying Metal Gear. The armour plating on its legs is weak, so all Snake has to do is place plastic explosives on the legs in this order. Right, left, 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 right, left, right, left, right. Simple. Travelling across the desert to the secret third building, Snake runs into an ambush. Big Boss tells Snake to run into one of the trucks, but if he follows Big Boss's orders, the truck will take him all the way back to the south building. Instead, ignoring the boss, Snake heads straight into the third building, where Big Boss tells him to enter the left room, leading him straight into a pitfall trap. Ignoring Big Boss's orders again, Snake navigates through a hallway guarded by deadly lasers, which he needs to hide in a cardboard box to avoid. Here, he finds the oxygen tank that he can use to reach the final elite mercenary, Coward Duck. Duck has surrounded himself with hostages, including Jennifer's brother, so explosives are too risky. Instead, Snake needs to dodge Duck's boomerang attacks and get up close and personal. Finishing him off and rescuing the hostages, Snake collects the final keycard. Finally, Snake enters the third building elevator, which takes him 100 floors underground. Here, Metal Gear is being held in storage. On his way through the underground storage facility, Snake receives several calls on the radio. First, Schneider tries to give Snake the real identity of the leader of Outer Heaven, but he's cut off before he can. Then, Big Boss orders Snake to abandon the mission and surrender to Outer Heaven. Ignoring the order, Snake continues into the Metal Gear holding cell. Fortunately, Metal Gear is still incomplete, but it is guarded by two of the wall-mounted lasers. Using nearby walls for cover, and following Dr. Madnar's instructions, Snake targets the weak leg armor using plastic explosives. Destroying Metal Gear activates a failsafe. Outer Heaven begins a self-destruct sequence. Snake should have had plenty of time to escape, but on his way out, he's stopped by the leader of Outer Heaven, Big Boss. Big Boss declares that he wanted to use Snake to cover up Grey Fox's findings, and he never expected Snake to make it this far. Now, he's going to take Snake down along with Outer Heaven. Big Boss is incredibly fast, and can only be damaged with high explosives. Carefully avoiding Big Boss's fire, Snake throws everything he has at his former commander, finally taking him down using the rocket launcher. With no time to mourn, Snake guns it for the exit, having to climb by ladder all the way back to the surface. Just as he escapes, Outer Heaven explodes, and a NATO bombardment arrives, completely destroying the remains of Outer Heaven. On his way home, Snake tunes his radio to a local news frequency. The reporter explains that the region experienced a minor earthquake in the early hours of the morning. Everything that happened will be covered up and forgotten. Nonetheless, the world is saved.